And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another episode of Shitfic Showcase.
Oh yeah, that's future-tastic. You see that fucking red one? Look at that shit.
I am a slug, I guess. We got shy alien down here.
Just taking a shit. Shit squad ain't
shy
right there.
shitting alien. We have a reptoid from like the fucking conspiracy theories. We have I don't know what the fuck this is.
Yeah, I can't even fucking tell.
Like cluster of shit. And we got
the natural evolution of mankind.
Oh yeah. This is where we're going in the future, dude. Yeah, this guy could take this up to any scientist and show him and be like, hey, the future. I'll take that Nobel now.
Hey, congratulations, here is your lack of bell. You won. One of the future enemies bore a striking resemblance to something I saw in a book once, called Trudon Man. It never looked like some kind of organic spaceship.
Don't trude on me.
What the fuck?
Wolverine!
There was only one of the fifth type of future creature, and when it appeared, all the others ran for their lives, leaving me alone to battle it. It could fly, but its sprite didn't actually move, and its single attack was firing a lightning bolt from its face. Lightning bolt! Even so, it was surprisingly powerful, and I suppose it could be considered a mini-boss.
That's a great piece of like
Spaghetti.
urine bacon there.
Yes. New at IHOP. After defeating it, it left a health power-up that restored the health and energy I had lost fighting it. Oh, that's what the fucking health power-up does. Thanks for clearing that up for me. After defeating it, it left a health power-up that did the thing that you would exactly expect a health power-up to do, and nothing else.
It gives you back your health and energy.
Wow. Did it also restore your life force?
Your vitality?
Which was convenient, because it makes you not die and stuff. It seemed I would need all the help I could get to beat this world with Mothra alone. After that previous stage I call Time Warp, the next stage appeared to be a toxic waste dump.
Capitalized. Toxic waste dump.
Yes, as opposed to all the other levels that totally did not look like toxic waste dumps.
Yeah, that's a lot of gray.
You see the smokestacks?
See all that gray?
Yeah.
It's gray.
As you can see, the place looked grungy, what with all the Nirvana in it, and inhospitable, what with all the Nirvana in it.
Yeah.
That's why even Kurt had to kill himself for that, you know? It's just
Yeah.
too much fucking Nirvana.
His own music made him kill himself.
There you go. We fucking solved the mystery! The music was a short looping of an ambient synthesizer song. Listening to it made me feel like I had sniffed some toxic fumes myself. That's what just reading this fucking creepypasta makes me feel like. It was messing with my head the whole time. I even felt like I was choking while playing this level.
Yeah, you're choking with laughter, maybe. Look at these fucking things.
Is it the fucking Monty Monty statue from Earthbound? But with fucking pterodactyl heads?
Of death. Oh, and then there's this brown one over here.
Ah, yes. The enemies all seem to be mutated to some degree. In the above screenshot, you can see green mummies. That's what those are. Green mummies with bird skulls that jump out of the waist to spit projectiles. There's also a brownish cow skeleton monster with spider legs.
Spider legs. Spider legs.
Spider cow. Spider cow.
What the fuck is this anteater deer?
I don't know if it's not spider cow.
I guess.
Look out, here comes spider cow! Halfway through the level, I even saw one of the deer from the forest. It was alone, and when I saw it, it was drinking toxic waste out of a barrel with an anteater-like tongue.
And then here's some skull bats.
Skull bats, of course. I was moving over to try to make it stop, but then this flock of skullbirds came out of nowhere.
Fucking bats!
This flock of skullbirds came out of nowhere and started attacking. The deer was scared by this and ended up running off the ground into the toxic waste. What a dumbass.
Great AI.
I feel bad for it. One of the birds bit me, but I regained health quick from killing all of them, and they were rather weak.
Well, then that dumbass deer got what was coming to him. Should have fought for his life.
I pressed onward. Of all the levels in Entropy, this was probably the most normal, in that there was little deviance from the move forward, smash things formula in the original game.
The riveting original game.
Oh, yeah.
Almighty. More doo-doo down here on the bottom. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, all different flavors and varieties.
Look at this ridiculous red thing. Look at the fucking mouth on it. then this
Turds
shit.
with teeth. That's gonna be my new horror movie.
The sequel to Dances with Wolves.
Or no, the sequel to Dances with Wolves is gonna be Dances with Turds with Teeth.
Yeah.
I encountered more creatures through the level, like tentacle blobs, and some kind of deformed thing with human-like teeth. I didn't feel like provoking them into a fight, so I kept on flying near the top of the screen. I still had to deal with occasional flocks of birds, and then with the occasional flock of birds now and then.
I still had to deal with occasional flock of birds.
Is that a fucking sock puppet?
Yeah, that is what it looks like. Oh shit.
Ma, how you doing there, Matra? At the end of a level was a large bluish-green lake, and there I encountered another mini-boss. Some kind of a monster with a long neck and a whale skull. It attacks with a mouth projectile, and by charging into you. It also could go underneath the water and rapidly emerge from a different place. Nothing in this is fucking scary yet! It's just, look, I played a video game and it was different from the other fucking video game that it's supposed to be. Wow, what a fucking twist. It was harder to beat than the boss from the Time Warp, and it had a lot of health because it must have taken me 3 minutes to defeat it. It let out a really loud noise when it died, and then sank back into the water as I left the screen.
I gotta be honest with you, the take you 3 minutes to beat the boss is probably the scariest part of this so far. Because it reminds me that this guy is willing to spend 3 minutes playing this shit. Never mind how much other time he's wasted.
Yeah, what kind of sick motherfucker would spend 3 minutes on this?
Yeah.
Back on the board, I went to the nearest level icon I hadn't seen yet, which was a white tree. As I guessed, the level was a winter-themed recolor of the forest stage.
Oh, great. Lazy pieces of shit. This is laziness.
That's literally the same
JPEG.
fucking screenshot from before with different colors.
Laziness.jpg.
Using this shitty MS Paint spray can. But unlike the regular forest, I didn't feel unnerved starting this one. Oh, this one was... Unlike that one, this one wasn't scary. I think the music had a lot to do with it. It was a gentle, calm song. It almost sounded romantic. It was quite stress-relieving, and the forest itself looked much less ominous, covered in snow. Or jizz or cocaine or something.
Clouds.
I traveled through the first segment, enjoying the atmosphere for 4 minutes. I timed that shit. When suddenly I realized something. I haven't seen a single creature since I started the level. Where are all the animals? Soon after, I left the screen, and the next segment started. In the second segment, I was still in the winter forest, but now the music was gone. I was starting to feel suspicious. Then I reminded myself that there were other empty levels of the game, and this was likely another one of those. But then, I heard something familiar. It was the 12-second looping music from Unforgiving Cold. Starting up, that's my favorite Metallica song. I could feel my heart sink as I came across this horrible sight. As I came across this really poorly, shoddily made screenshot.
I could feel my heart sink as I came across this horrible site. Scroll down and it's just a copy of this game.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a bunch of dead anteater deer. Great. That's a horrible sight. You're right, that's pretty fucking horrible.
It was a whole group of dead deer creatures covered in snow. Judging from the blackish-blue tone of their skin, they must have all frozen to death.
Coldly.
Coldly, yes. In the cold level.
Of cold.
And unforgiving. Are you unforgiving too? God damn it. That was a quote from the song Unforgiven 2.
I know.
Where they fucking called it Unforgiven 2 like the number, and then the fucking line in the song is, "But are you unforgiven too?" Why?
No, I remember when Death Magnetic was coming out. Like, I don't even like Metallica, really.
Yeah.
But I was reading the fucking Something Awful thread about it, and someone posted that they hoped that there was an Unforgiven 3, and that he sung the fucking line, "Are you Unforgiven 3?"
It's the exact same song. Where's 2 and 3? Way to go! Way to go, boys! That's why you're still relevant. Anyway, back to the creepypasta. So, judging from the blackish blue tone of her skin, they must have all frozen to death. On closer inspection, some were missing body parts. Now I was frightened, but I still had to keep going and press on and continue forth in the shitty video game. It's very important. Before exiting the level, I was really hoping to see something resembling the previous forest animals in a living state. And sure enough, I did. I was really hoping to see the animals, but alive. Oh, okay.
That's great. That's a
White naked gorilla.
Yeah, that's fucking diaper gorilla with spikes for a face. Look at that shit.
It was a creature much like the beaked sloth, except this thing had white fur and was more of a beaked gorilla. It was walking very slowly when I saw it, but I was happy to at least see something alive. However, it didn't stay that way for long.
Those are tiny raptors,
Yep.
and they just stabbed that gorilla up in
They
his
literally
butt.
tore it a new asshole.
Yeah.
A pack of raptors, who must have sensed that something else was still alive, came rushing in from the right side of the screen. The beaked gorilla didn't stand a chance, as one of the raptors immediately lunged at it and ripped open its back legs, or its asshole.
Yeah, that's that. No, clearly, those are the legs that they're ripping out right now.
Yeah. These winter raptors acted far different from their temperate relatives. While the other raptors only attacked while hunting prey or when provoked, the winter raptors seemed to have gone all insane. They attacked everything in sight. One was running back and forth, clawing at nothing. Because great AI in writing.
Do the monkey with me.
Even the noises they made sounded different, more high-pitched and enraged.
Ah, you motherfucker! I want a divorce! I want to have the gorilla!
As I left this second segment, I even saw 2 raptors fighting to the death. They were both covered in injuries, and one... Yeah, they were both covered in injuries. They both had a lot of injuries. No, they had injuries. Yeah, they had injuries, like, just fucking slapped on top of them. And one of the raptors had been blinded in one eye. I took a screenshot, but I didn't stay to see who won the fight. Yeah, you can't stick around for that shit.
Sorry, boys, I got a jet.
Yeah. I only had to get through one more segment before I could go back to the board screen. But in this segment, I was no longer in the winter forest, but instead a very empty grassy plain with a bright gray moon in the sky. The pleasant music of Winter Forest Part 1 had returned!
Oh no.
Beware! And immediately I started to feel dread. This is going to sound crazy, but it's the absolute truth. The game made this level from one of my memories.
Oh man, you remember being in a field once while it was dark. Shit.
While being mooned.
And there was a moth.
After a long stretch of nothing, I reached the lake. And then the moon moved down from the sky and began to hatch like an egg. When it did, a curled up humanoid figure fell into the lake as the moon halves quickly disintegrated.
Okay, that's the moon, and that's moon cracking, and this is a fetus. Yay.
I heard a splash when it hit the water, then a moment of silence. Then the screen began to shake, and a new creature emerged from the water. This is from his fucking memories. Yeah, it's totally from his memories. Oh, how you doing there, Mothra?
I'm your aunt. Give me a kissy kissy. This is how he remembers his aunt at his, like, 9th birthday party.
Yeah.
He was having his birthday party in a field at night with his family or some shit, and this is his aunt. Yep.
Fucking crack some eggs open to make an omelet and then popped up. Oh my god, you used to be only this high when last time I saw you. Now look how tall you grow. Let me just pinch your little cheeks. You look so delicious there, Mothra. My fucking nephew, Mothra. And thus, I was introduced to a monster I call the Moon Beast. This was the only screenshot I took, as I was focusing all my concentration on winning the fight, and it was the most difficult fight yet. Stronger than any of the previous bosses, this creature would have been hard to take down with Godzilla, and with Mothra it seemed nearly impossible. I suppose I would consider myself fortunate that the beast lacked any attacks like Gigan's Saw, because if it had, I would never have won this. I barely had 3 bars of health when I finally killed this abomination. But what happened afterward is hardly what I could call a reward. I've been trying to keep my promise and suppress this memory for years, but it seems as if I have to get it off my chest. This is a very painful memory for me, but the game already knows about it, and I think you should too.
I told this NES cartridge all about it when I got drunk one night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what else to confide in.
Look, Godzilla NES, you gotta know this about me.
He just drew a fucking plank face on it, like from Ed, Edd n Eddy.
I'll just tell you the important parts, because I don't like bringing this experience back into my head unless I have to. Back when I was in middle school, I had a girlfriend named Melissa. She suffered from some kind of mental disorder that caused her to go into episodes. When she was in an episode, she would stand or sit perfectly straight and still, and her face would instantly lose any expression she had before. She would speak very clearly, without any hint of emotion. When it was over, she would start trembling and sometimes bury her face in her hands and remain silent for several minutes.
I tried staring at her for 30 minutes while she did this. And for some reason it made her upset.
I can't really convey the feeling it gave me in words, and I won't try. You had to see this in person to understand. But despite this, she was a very kind person, and I cared about her dearly. We liked to hang out in the field at night and look at the stars, but one night she didn't say anything to me at all, and she just stared directly at the moon, trembling. I tried to talk to her, but she suddenly sprung up and ran right into traffic. I tried to stop her, but I was too late, and she was too stupid. She got hit by a truck and was killed that night because I had a really dumb girlfriend.
I don't think that's mental illness. I think she just saw a squirrel across the street.
Yeah, I didn't tell you my girlfriend was a dog. I'm glad that bitch died. I looked her right in the eyes when the wheels went over her neck. The sight has always haunted me. I know that the game knows about this because after I defeated the Moon Beast, this happened.
This is my favorite level. Okay, fine. God, at least.
Hey, are you writing a creepypasta about me? Fuck you. Kill yourself. Kilk, 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 kilk.
Ilk. I have no kind words for you or your ilk.
Lickle, 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 lickle. Leedle, 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 leedle. sad.
Oh shit!
You're a fucking guy. Oh, I missed this creepypasta. And that's the end. That's the end of the page.
Yeah,
Chapter.
that is. It's great. This is wonderful. Oh my god, my sides.
This creepypasta makes me sad.
Can you please let me out? I need to pee. Please, please let me out of the TV.
I already used up all the newspaper you left out on the floor. We gotta go.
Oh god, he thinks that's scary. He thinks that's scary.
It's a fucking mouth. Just like, if it wasn't for the mouth, it would just look like a regular fucking skull with big fucking nostrils, I guess. But the fucking mouth, let's put a big unhappy face on it. Big frowny face.
Okay, let's just actually go to the next page.